What is up, YouTube and anime fans? Holy crap, dude. Gundam, Witch from Mercury, episode 6 was insane. And I'm sure you guys already watched it already or watched my live reaction. If you haven't, you can also click on the link where you can find it. Or in terms of my stream, or sorry, my YouTube page, you should be able to find it. Um, crazy episode. We have lots to talk about. So let's get into it. So if you haven't already, if this is your first time here, and if you like some of the content here, make sure you like and subscribe below and hit the bell for notifications. But this, it really went from like, oh, it's just a school and stuff like that, and then it's all of a sudden it just went like 180, and it's really crazy. So spoilers alert if you haven't seen the episode yet, but it's just insane. Like some of the stuff that they talk about and what's going on in this episode is that, well, first of all, along with the whole cyber new type. Now here's a theory a lot of people have been saying. Soletta is actually not Eri. Now, if you notice, they have two different names. There's a theory going on that Eri is actually the Aerial Gundam, that her conscious is in the Aerial. There's a part in the episode as well is where Alon kind of sees like the bits as children. So here's another theory that what they're saying is that that basically with what's going on, that is not the only clone. And I think what's going on with that is that I think they're saying that the clones are all like the bits. So it's all put into one Gundam, which is the Aerial Gundam. They also says that it's called Aerial because it's short. It's Eri for Eri is short for Aerial. That was another thing that people were saying, and it's crazy and it's super dark if you would think that way. Now let's go over some Twitter posts that people were talking about. And let's talk about some of the posts here. So this is stuff that I've already thought in my mind, but it looks like this Twitter user, Mecha Girl Aya, has already shared my thoughts already in a Twitter post. So I'm just going to use her posts. So obviously credits due to her. But of course, this was stuff that was going through my mind as well. So the first one we want to talk about is, here's one right here. Another thing that rang in my mind was Prospera saying Ariel will surely win. I trust my darling daughter. Another piece to my theory that Eri being dead, but her spirit's living in Ariel. I'm having anxiety of how dark this series could be. So this is the crazy part, is that like her conscience is in the Aerial Gundam, and that's true. In the episode, she does say that, and she doesn't say it as like, hey, Soletta is my daughter. She's saying that Ariel is my daughter. It's crazy. And she also mentions that in a few episodes before, is that Ariel is also her daughter. So she might have gone to the point where she is using her, obviously, as the Gundam. And if you look at the opening scenes or credits, I forgot which one this was. If you look at some of these images, this is insane. You see the Gundam, you see Eri when she was a kid, and then you see more photos of her next to the Gundam, and here more, and this one too. So, and the crazy thing is that like from these images, it's showing that there's a little kind of imagery going on that like maybe her mind is stuck in the Gundam. Well, let's look for more evidence. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have talked about this one too, is that there's no use of taking revenge of a 21-year-old. So already right here, 21-year-old event. Soletta is only 17. How does that make sense in logic in terms of the years, right? So that's also saying that something has also happened to Eri. And if Soletta is only 17, that means Soletta is technically not Eri. So then the original, it has to be Eri. That's the crazy thing. And if you saw here, it shows that, the mom, the Gundam pilot, how many have there been? Already, she already knows that Alon is a clone. So it's confirming from her reaction is that Prospera has been experiencing cloning as well. So that's the crazy part. It's just, it's insane. And if they really go this route, this is going to be really, really dark. And of course, I'm sure you guys all know the last part of the episode is where Alon was supposed to hang out with Soletta. And from the scene, you can see Alon about to basically get vaporized and get destroyed because there's no use for him anymore. And of course, what we've learned about the word happy birthday is usually a bad sign, as you can tell from this scene that they're saying happy birthday to you and realizing the lawn's about to get destroyed because well, he's completely useless now. So it's just, it is insane how dark this show is getting. Like literally from episode 1 to now, episode 6, it's already getting insane. And I can imagine what's about to happen in the next episode. Now, there's a thing they could do in the next episode. They could also just, wind it down and, go back to a normal school, hang out, and go back to normal until, again, about a few episodes later, it gets crazy again. Because I know in so Ichiro, the writer of the series, if you ever read his stuff, Code Geass had that similar pace. It'd be like dark, and then it'll go lighter, and then dark and lighter. So it could really just be messing with us this entire time for this show. But it's just insane. But honestly, though, overall this episode, I give it a 9 out of 10. This is just 10 out of 10 of how insane this episode was. And there's just so much going on, so many theories, and I honestly, my personal opinion, I do think that I think Soletta's a clone. And I think Eri is actually the aerial Gundam itself. Now, how was she put in there? I don't know. That's something that we're have to keep watching and find out. But if this goes down this path, this is going to be really, really crazy for Gundam, which for Mercury. It might even get to the point that Soletta might have to fight her mother, or donor, or creator. I don't know. They might have to fight, because I think that the mom is going to take over, and when that happens, she's gonna get like control crazy, and then Soletta's gonna have to stop them. And the more of the story, two things is wrong is, yeah, don't ever, when you hear happy birthday, something is going to go wrong. Second, don't be a bad parent. That's all it is. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you guys really enjoyed that review, and if you enjoy some of the content we have here, and if you have more comments, make sure you comment below and subscribe to our page, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Hey, I was watching that. Hey, I was watching that.